Mark paused for a moment before responding and then looked at Goku with some seriousness for a few seconds. Thanks for everything. Not just for training me, for saving my mother, for fighting the Viltrumites, or even for putting up with Angstrom's craziness. But above all, thanks for staying. I know there's a chance you could go back thanks to those dimensional portals, but you've still been so committed to helping us. Goku smiled at Mark's words, valuing what he thought of him. Even if I wanted to leave, I couldn't. Not when this world still needs me a bit longer. I promised we'd fight the Empire together. Still, it'll be hard to see you go when it's all over. You've been a great friend. In that case, I'd better start getting used to it. They both laughed a little at that last comment while Oliver slept deeply, having dozed off in the middle of their conversation. I don't know how long it'll take him to finish growing, but I know he'll be ready to face anything. You're right, but I hope he doesn't have to go through as much as I did. The day ended, and for the first time in a long while, there were no alerts, no attacks, no strange portals, no enemies lurking. Just 3 people training, laughing, and living a bit closer to normality. The next day, before the sun had fully risen, Goku's communicator shattered the calm of the Grayson house, ringing louder than usual. That woke Debbie, who peeked down the hall with Oliver still in her arms, while Mark rushed to where Goku was, wearing a worried expression. At that moment, Goku decided to answer the call to see what was happening. Goku, Mark, I need you to come right now. This is an emergency. What happened? It's Doc Seismic. He broke out of prison and attacked again, but this time it isn't just him. He summoned enormous subterranean creatures made of magma and stone, and he's using them to capture heroes from below like bait. He's already taken some of the Guardians underground, and we can't locate them. What? Who did he take? We haven't been able to count everyone, but among them are Rex, Shapesmith, and Shrinking Ray. There's no response from their communicators. We think they're alive, but something's blocking tracking. Doc Seismic has likely altered the terrain under the city. There are tremors every 15 minutes. He's forming a seismic network. It's like he's trying to sink the entire area. Alright, I'll head there. I just need a minute. Make sure to come with Mark. We'll need brute strength and precision. After saying that last part, the call cut off immediately. Debbie looked at Mark with some concern. It seemed serious. Do you have to go now? Yes, Mom. It's serious. I understand. Just promise me you'll come back. Of course. We'll be back soon and continue training when this is over. You'll see. After saying goodbye to Debbie, the two of them flew out of the house, streaking through the clouds at full speed. Just a few minutes later, they descended forcefully into the area where the seismic activity had been detected, but it seemed part of the city had already collapsed into a huge fissure of incandescent lava. Cecil's rescue teams remained on the surface but couldn't go down because of the heat, and the exploration robots were reduced to scrap in seconds. Cecil was there waiting for them. Thanks for coming quickly. Doc Seismic is using an underground volcanic network powered by his seismic gauntlets. I don't know how he managed to escape his imprisonment, but we have to stop him. He's got giant creatures formed of living magma, almost impossible to harm with conventional weapons. And at least do you know where he is now? In the center of the fissure underground. We believe he's created a volcanic refuge and is using the creatures to drag heroes there. We're not sure why, but it could be worse than a simple trap. I can feel several energies down there. I don't know which one's Doc Seismic's, so we'll go straight to him. Go carefully. Remember, you have to save the heroes he captured. Alright, Mark. Follow me and be careful. We don't know what we'll find. Yeah, let's go. Saying that, they both dove into the fissure without hesitation, passing through the cloud of steam rising from the Earth's depths. As they descended, the air grew denser, hotter, and muffled roars and vibrations shook the rock. Upon reaching the subterranean level, they saw how strange the place was. Magma creatures the size of trucks walking through tunnels lit by lava, resembling centipedes. Among them were some unconscious guardians being dragged by those beasts. There they are! No time to waste! In the blink of an eye, Goku vanished and reappeared in front of one creature, delivering a blow that leveled it instantly, slamming it against the molten rock. Mark charged at another creature, smashing its head to stop it from taking Rex and freeing him before he fell into the lava, leaving him a safe spot until they could find the others. Luckily, they're nothing we can't handle. Glad to hear that. This would have been tough for me in the past. Because of what they did, the rest of the creatures were alerted and headed quickly toward Goku and Mark. This time, they weren't just magma scorpions, they were also accompanied by large spiders climbing the rock walls. I'd say it just got a bit ugly. We can't waste much time. We don't know how the others are. You're right, so I'll handle this. Saying that, Goku caught the creature's attention to draw them away from Mark, and when they approached him, he raised his energy in a flash, lighting the whole cavern like a sun. Before they could retreat, each creature was shattered by Goku's aura. Mark even had to cover his eyes a bit because the glare was so intense. I think that's enough. Let's find the culprit and see how many more he's captured. As they were about to resume their path, a voice echoed from deep in the cavern. Doc Seismic, irritated that they were defeating the creatures helping him.
Idiots! Look at what you've done! You're only part of the imbalance. This Earth has been dominated by species that destroy its natural equilibrium. And I am the one who will restart it all from below.
After saying that, Doc Seismic used his seismic gauntlets to summon more magma creatures, launching them all at Goku and Mark.
Let this be proof that I'm serious. Today I'm getting rid of the heroes of this corrupt land,
he said as he displayed the rest of the heroes he had captured with the creature's help, among them Shapesmith and Shrinking Ray. Mark clenched his fist upon seeing his teammates trapped in molten lava claws, fury in his gaze mixing with a familiar frustration, the kind he felt whenever a villain tried to impose their vision of the world through chaos. You damned lunatic! I beat you once. Why'd you come back? You know him? Yeah, Doc Seismic. He calls himself the defender of Earth's balance. He's nothing more than a fanatic with a god complex. Last time he tried to destroy the city with artificial earthquakes to reset society. Doc Seismic laughed hoarsely upon hearing that.
You're mistaken, boy. Your version of balance is an illusion. This Earth can't be saved anymore, so I'll build a new one beneath these rocks, where only the worthy can live. You're not invited.
And I guess we'll have to defeat your creatures to stop you, right? Let's go. We have to get everyone else out before those monsters drown them in magma. Goku nodded, ready to move again. But at that moment, there was a powerful rumble in the cavern as if someone were forcing their way in. We took our time, but we made it! Suddenly, several people descended from above, landing in the cavern. It was the rest of the Guardians of the Globe, covered in dust and some burns, but firm and ready to fight. Immortal landed with force, cracking the ground under his feet, while Adam Eve hovered beside him, eyes glowing with determination. Robot appeared on a floating disc, redirecting scanners in all directions, followed by Monster Girl, now in her wildest form, roaring fiercely, and Rex, who had regained consciousness and joined the others. You're alive! We had to break through from another subterranean route. Those bugs were dragging us, but they didn't count on me being able to manipulate molten rock. It was rough, but we made it out.
And now we're ready to kick their fiery butts.
We've located at least 7 life forms trapped in hot rock cores. They're weakening rapidly. Then let's not waste time. Guardians, full attack deployment! At that, the heroes scattered against the creatures. Adam Eve built energy bridges across the caverns to rescue Shapesmith. Rex hurled controlled explosions at the beast's limbs. Monster Girl leapt straight onto one magma spider, biting its head with savage fury. Goku watched all this with a sincere smile, amazed by the team spirit and synergy they displayed amid the chaos. Now this feels like a real fight. Let's go for Seismic before he causes another quake. Both flew toward the cavern's core, where Doc Seismic awaited them on a floating stone platform surrounded by bubbling lava and a set of creatures larger than the previous ones, grotesque forms with glowing eyes.
I won't let you stop me! You only destroy what you don't understand! I'm the only one who can change this decadent era!
You tried once before, didn't you? And it seems you didn't learn.
This time I have more power! This time the Earth itself fights with me!
The ground shook violently, and columns of lava rose like spears toward Goku and Mark. Mark leaped forward and destroyed one with a single punch, while Goku deflected another with an open palm, using his aura's energy to dissipate the heat with ease. That's enough, Doc! This isn't injustice or balance, it's just destruction for ego. The planet doesn't need you to destroy it to heal, it needs people to protect it, and you're not one of them. Doc Seismic lifted his gauntlets, ready to strike the Earth and unleash one last cataclysm. But before he could even touch it, Goku appeared before him in an instant, grabbing his wrists. I'll handle this. With a simple movement, he removed the seismic gauntlets, crushing them between his fingers. Doc Seismic froze, unarmed, with no creatures around him. It was just him and the serene gaze of a warrior who didn't need to shout to command respect.
How? How could you destroy them so easily?
Because I train every day with the purpose of improving, not dominating. That makes me stronger than any earthquake. Doc Seismic fell to his knees, exhausted, defeated both physically and emotionally. Meanwhile, the Guardians kept rescuing those who were trapped. Shapesmith awoke, coughing in Bulletproof's arms. Shrinking Ray was pulled out by Adam Eve just before being dragged into the magma core. And Robot redirected the tunnels with Mark's help to prevent a complete collapse. Within minutes, the area was secured, and the heroes gathered in the main chamber. Goku descended with the unconscious Doc Seismic slung over his shoulder and laid him gently on a rock.
You already beat him?
Yes, though there's still a lot of work to do up there.
At least we didn't end up melted.
Good job, everyone. I don't know how we pulled it off, but we won.
Mark looked around, seeing everyone alive, with some injuries and burns, but also determination on their faces. We're a team. A real one.
I'm glad to see how much you've all progressed. Really.
Now that the creatures had been defeated and Doc Seismic was unconscious, Goku and the Guardians felt proud of what they'd done. Above all, because they achieved it together.